Welcome to the channel. Today I will be comparing a Briggs & Stratton engine to a Honda engine. I didn't want to use a brand new Briggs & Stratton engine because that would not be a fair fight. The Honda would win like 10-0. This is a 190cc. Oops, focus that camera, jeez. No one wants to watch a blurry video. Alright, so this is the engine we'll be comparing it to. It's big. It's bulky. I'm sorry, this keeps getting blurry. Okay. It's big, it's bulky, it's a lot more expensive to take care of, but it is more powerful. Just like my last video comparing the two mowers. You can see the stripes are a lot bigger for the Craftsman versus the Honda. Something the Craftsman does get a point for is it was a lot more powerful and it cut a lot easier because of it. Something else I'm going to give it a point for is the bigger wheels. It's a lot easier to push once I was moving. Something I'm going to give the Honda a point for though, so it'll be 2-1, is this engine was so much smaller and lighter that it really overall it was easier to push, even though once I got going the Craftsman was easier. Something else the Honda will get a point for, tying it at 2, the air filter for this Craftsman with tax and everything. Here in Wichita the cheapest I can find is like $18 or $19, whereas the Honda, even at Ace Hardware, where their air filters are more expensive than those places, with tax it's under $16. Same thing with like the oil for it's cheaper. Pretty much everything maintaining this Honda is cheaper. So overall it is cheaper to own and maintain. One thing the Honda will get a point for is it is way easier to transport than this Craftsman. That thing is just so friggin' heavy. And there's like no way to really hold it and carry it. But this isn't a huge advantage over the Honda because it's kind of hard to transport too, but it is definitely noticeably easier to transport than the Craftsman. This, you have to get down on your knees here and press on, you have to prime it a few times. And even pulling the chain was a lot harder. It took several tries to get this thing going. So, the Honda definitely gets a point for that. Two more things the Honda will get a point for. It doesn't vibrate nearly as much as the Craftsman. My hands were numb after using it, but I used the Craftsman. Oh my gosh, that was just awful how much that thing vibrated. The battery mowers don't vibrate that much. No, my hands are still extremely numb from that Craftsman. The other thing though, this was just so much quieter. That Craftsman was really, really loud. Which isn't something I used to really think much about, but now I use the battery mowers a lot. But actually, another thing though, this Honda does not use anywhere near as much gas as this Craftsman does. It is almost empty. It used about half of its tank, and it uses a quarter of a gallon. So that's 1/8 of a gallon, really. And this thing, it holds a third of or 3/10 of a gallon, but it's barely used any gas. And that's from today's comparison and from last week's comparison. So it mowed twice as much as the Craftsman did and used way less gas than the Craftsman did. So if you have to choose between a Honda and an older Craftsman, or actually really any Craftsman because the new Craftsman are garbage, definitely get the Honda.